Rip! Rip! The important manual I had created was torn to shreds the moment I handed it over. "You're so damn annoying," over and over again. Even my words of caution were flat out rejected. The new boss wouldn't listen to a single piece of advice I offered. But I thought if I could just endure, if I kept trying, things would eventually change. That's what I believed as I kept pushing forward. "You're fired. You're in my way, and I don't want to see you here tomorrow." Dismissal notice by the new boss rang out across the office. Everyone's eyes were on him, but their hearts were with me. "Sam, how do I handle this?" "Oh, just confirm with the client before sending it out." "Confirm? You mean by phone, right?" I'm still not used to handling calls. I wasn't good at it either when I first started. "You'll get the hang of it after each call." "Don't worry." "Okay. I'll give it my best shot." My name is Sam Harrison, 39 years old. In this industry, my name is fairly well known. I work here at Top Tax Advisors as a tax accountant. The person I was just talking to was Ivons, one of the new hires. She's a first-year employee. She's just graduated from college, and her business etiquette and language skills are still quite clumsy, making her seem very fresh and inexperienced. I used to be like that too. I joined the company 17 years ago. Fresh out of college, not knowing left from right. It was the current manager, Mr. Harris, who taught me so much back then. I remember constantly apologizing to everyone because I had no idea what I was doing. But Mr. Harris was always patient, guiding me step by step. He taught me everything, from how to do the job to tips on how to talk to clients, even how to slack off in moderation. "Listen, Sam. No one is good at this from the start. I learned the ropes from my seniors the same way. Right now, make mistakes. Absorb as much as you can. Someday, when you have juniors, I want you to pass on what you've learned. Although, I'll probably still learn a lot from you newcomers too." Every time I teach something to my juniors, I remember those words from Mr. Harris. I was never good at studying, and I didn't even know this job of a tax accountant existed. Whenever I opened a workbook, I'd immediately start feeling sleepy. I was always getting failing grades on school tests. Worried, my mother asked Kyle, who lived nearby, to tutor me. Kyle, who used to play with me when I was a kid, had earned the nickname Kai. At some point, he disappeared, but he had come back as a certified tax accountant. "Hey, Sam. Long time no see. I heard you hate studying?" "Kai. That's the first thing you say to me after all this time? While I'm at it, let's do some studying." Kai was really good at teaching and knew just how to balance rewards and discipline. Whenever I was losing motivation, Kai would talk about his work. As a tax accountant, Kai's stories were often complex, but seeing the passion in his eyes made me wonder if the job was really that fulfilling. While listening to him talk about his job, my test scores gradually improved, and before I knew it, I was no longer failing. Seeing this, my friends started asking, "What kind of magic did you use, and can you teach me how to study?" Kai taught me both the joy of learning and the satisfaction of teaching others. And as I grew more interested in the work he was doing, I found myself wanting to become a tax accountant too. With Kai occasionally helping me study, I managed to pass the tax accountant exam. Once I joined the company, Mr. Harris taught me the ins and outs of the job, and I slowly started improving my skills as an accountant. At first, my sales record wasn't great, but I really enjoyed building relationships with clients through conversation. Before I knew it, clients started chatting casually with me, saying things like, my daughter just had a baby. Or should I introduce you to someone nice? As we built these relationships, those clients began referring new business to me. With the help of the people around me, my sales numbers gradually improved. By the time I got the hang of things, I had my own juniors, and before I knew it, I was being assigned as a mentor. Remembering what Mr. Harris had taught me, I passed on my own experiences to help guide the next generation. Sam, listen up. I got my first contract today. Wow, that's awesome. You really put in the effort, Sean. Well, it's all thanks to everything you taught me, Sam. Let's go out for dinner tonight, it's on me. No way, let me treat you to celebrate your first contract. My juniors were great at thinking for themselves, sharing information, and creating a strong team where everyone helped one another. Whenever they had successes or concerns, they would come to me to talk. I felt happy knowing they relied on me. As the busy but fulfilling days went by, we eventually got a new hire. Everyone, this is Kevin. He'll be working with us starting today. I'm Kevin, and I've just been assigned to the sales department as its manager. Looking forward to working with everyone. Manager? Kevin, if you need any help, just ask Sam. The new employee assigned to us is Kevin Carter, 25 years old. He looked so young that I asked Mr. Harris about him. It turns out Kevin had just passed the tax accountant exam and was new to the field. Mr. Harris, why is someone who just passed the exam, with almost no real-world experience, being made a department manager? He has to learn the job first, he'll burn out. Actually, Kevin is the son of my old mentor. He's tried to get into a few firms, but none worked out. So, I was asked to take him on. Still, that doesn't mean he should be made a manager. I thought the same, but when I think about Mr. Carter, I'm sorry for deciding this on my own. I'd like to ask you to guide Kevin. You're good at teaching. Mr. Harris. For now, I'll have Kevin focus on learning the basics. I'm still going to rely on Andrew for the managerial work, so don't worry. Just help Kevin learn the ropes. If Mr. Harris asked me, I had no reason to refuse. Regardless of his background, Kevin was still a new employee. He was probably just as anxious and confused as any new hire. First, I'd focus on teaching him the basics and getting to know what kind of person he was. Kevin, I'll start by showing you the basic tasks. We get a lot of calls from clients, so whoever's available handles phone support. Have you ever done that before? Never. Alright, I'll show you how it's done. Next time, can you give it a try? Anne? Wait, I'm the manager here, right? Yeah, that's right. Then I shouldn't be doing the stuff regular employees do, right? Even though you're the manager, this is your first time working as a tax accountant, so why are you talking to me so casually? I'm the manager here, so I outrank you. Show some respect. I'm sorry. Shh. I'm the manager, so you do the basic tasks. What's your name again? Sam? Yeah, you handle all that for me. Kevin turned out to be much more prideful than I had expected, and he didn't listen to a word I said since I had a lower position than him. His father, Mr. Harris's mentor, was now a college director with connections everywhere. Kevin had been using his father's name to push his way through whatever he wanted. But I wasn't about to give up after just one setback. I kept looking for chances to teach Kevin, offering guidance and giving him manuals whenever I could. Each time, though, I was met with harsh replies. I told you, I'm not doing it. If you had time to make this manual, You could have spent it doing some actual sales calls, don't you think? Whether he found my persistence annoying or had disliked me from the start, Kevin began harassing me. He'd call me over while I was talking with other juniors, telling me, "Go get lunch or check these documents," assigning me menial tasks. And, loud enough for me to hear, he'd say things like, "Nice try scoring points," or "What a sad old man." I thought I was somewhat used to handling complaints that came into the office, but hearing such direct insults still hit hard. After another round of harassment, I took a break in the lounge with a cup of coffee when my coworker and old friend Kenneth approached me. "Hey, Kenneth, it's rare for you to come here, especially since you're an admin. I had a question about the accounting software, though, honestly, that was just an excuse to check on you. You heard something? Word is that our top mentor, you, are struggling. How are you holding up?" "Well, yeah, it's been tough, but I'll manage. If you ever can't, make sure to speak up." "Thanks, I appreciate it." After a few more words, Kenneth returned to his department. Kenneth was my closest friend in the office. We always went out for drinks when something came up. Knowing that someone cared about me was a great source of strength. The next day, and the day after, I continued trying to teach Kevin about the job and handling paperwork. But all I got in return were more insults. Though I never got angry at someone so much younger than me, my other juniors were starting to get visibly frustrated. "What's up with him? Sam handles all his sales targets and more, and still gets treated like that." "Calm down, Ivons." "No, I agree with her. That guy doesn't even know how great you are." "Sean, calm down." "I'm fine, okay? If you say so, but we're not okay with it. By the way, about that document for the tax office, it's a bit tricky and really important, so if you're unsure, feel free to ask me." "I was just about to ask you about it." "Sean, that's unfair. I want to learn too. One at a time. As tax accountants, we handle tax representation, document preparation, and accounting work, everything tied to money. Even one mistake on a form could lead to significant losses. If there's an error, we could face huge damages and lose the client's trust. That's why we always approach every document with great care. When my juniors prepare documents, I make sure to double-check everything before submission. I'd better remind Kevin, too. Kevin, have you finished the document due next week? It can be confusing for a first-timer, so I can help you go over it." "Annoying." "Sorry, what?" "I said it's fine. I already finished it ages ago." "That's impressive. Let me take a look at it." Even one mistake could lead to liability issues. "I told you, it's fine. I got it." In the end, Kevin never showed me the document. I hoped it would turn out okay. Even the day before the deadline, I tried reaching out, but he shrugged me off again. I had no choice but to hope he managed it somehow. About a little while after the submission, Mr. Harris came rushing into the sales department. Out of breath, a rare sight. "Kevin, the document you submitted the other day, it had errors." "What? Didn't you consult Sam about how important that form is?" How are you going to fix this? Your mistake is going to cost us tens of thousands of dollars." I was going to ask Sam, but he ignored me. "It's all his fault." "Is that true, Sam?" "No, Sam's been ignoring me since I joined. Every time I tried to do something, he blocked me. I'm using my authority as department manager to fire him. He's out." Mr. Harris looked like he wanted to say something, but perhaps out of deference to his mentor, he didn't speak up. My juniors wanted to take my case to upper management, but I told them not to. I explained that Kevin might retaliate and that they still had a lot to learn here. Maybe this was fate. As much as I cared for my juniors, it seemed there was nothing left for me to do in this office. That same day, I packed up my personal belongings. As I was leaving the office for the last time, Mr. Harris called out to me. "I'm sorry. It's all right. I'm just glad I had you as my mentor, Mr. Harris." With those words, I left the office that had meant so much to me. Since Kevin arrived, every day had felt like a whirlwind, though I couldn't even call what I did for him mentoring. I was so worn out that I didn't even feel angry anymore. Leaving a job I loved, not by my own choice, left me feeling sad and unsettled. A storm of mixed emotions swirled inside me. Even now, I'm hungry. Guess that means I'm still alive. Come to think of it, I hadn't had a proper meal in a while. Since I don't have to go to work tomorrow, I might as well grab something to eat. Just then, a ramen shop caught my eye. The banner out front read "Garlic Ramen." I'd avoided garlic since I interacted with people all the time in sales. But now, I wouldn't be talking to anyone for a while. Alright, let's go all out with garlic tonight. Welcome. Just one. Take any open seat. What can I get for you? I'll have the garlic ramen with extra garlic. And some gyoza, too. Got it. The energy of the ramen shop staff was almost overwhelming. It had been years since I'd been to a ramen shop. As I drank my water, I felt the heat and unspoken words that had built up inside me drain away. Before I knew it, the garlic-packed ramen and gyoza were in front of me. I clasped my hands together and dove in, devouring the meal with gusto. Hey, you've got a great appetite. Did something good happen? Ha! You were eating like it was the best thing ever. Oh, ha, I guess it's because it's been a while since I've had garlic ramen last time. It's really good. Thanks a lot. The friendly ramen shop staff. The delicious food. I could feel my whole body being cleansed of the heaviness that had weighed me down. No use dwelling on things. That's right. I can make something new. Once I stopped worrying, new thoughts started filling my mind. No time like the present. After enjoying my meal at the ramen shop, I immediately went to visit the clients I'd built relationships with during my time at Top Tax Advisors. These were people I had been working with since I first joined the company. They listened to me with genuine concern. You quit, Sam? What happened? If there's anything we can do, just say the word. I don't know if it'll help, but take this with you. I was overwhelmed by their warmth and kindness. At the same time I greeted my clients, I also shared my plans for the future. Many of them responded with, "If you ever need help, I'd love to support you." I was truly grateful. Once I got home, I started preparing for the new venture that had taken root in my mind. And 1 month later, it's done. Yes, I had successfully opened my own office. I created flyers and built a website. I also posted job listings on recruitment sites, so hopefully, applicants will start coming in soon. Ring, ring, ring. Could it be already? Hello, this is Harrison Tax Office. Sam. Long time no talk. This voice. Yvonne? Yes. What's going on? Well, after you left, we all quit too. All? Yep. So please, hire us at your office. What? No way. As I listened to her explain, it turned out that after I left, my junior's motivation dropped. Seeing that, Kevin started throwing around harsh words that went way beyond encouragement. He began harassing them the same way he had done to me. Unable to bear it, my juniors had found out through clients that I had started my own office, and here we were. I decided to take them on as new employees. They worked with the energy of plants finally getting sunlight and water after a long drought. Soon, clients I had worked with before started reaching out to my new office as well. Every day became busy and fulfilling. Then one day, my old friend Kenneth, from Top Tax Advisors, showed up. "Hey, you traitor." "Kenneth, you didn't even say goodbye, let alone tell me you were starting something new." "Sorry, things got so hectic. I forgot." "Yeah, I figured as much. I told you to let me know if things went south. Here, this is a gift for your independence." "Thanks, man. How's it going over there?" "Well, things have been rough in the sales department since you left." Kenneth then told me what happened after I quit. Apparently, my clients were split between the juniors, Mr. Harris, and Kevin, but Kevin's handling often led to complaints. The workload became too much, and mistakes started piling up. Mr. Harris had to personally deal with Kevin's errors and all the complaints that followed, eventually leading to him being hospitalized with acute gastritis. Mr. Harris. He's in the hospital? So what's going to happen to the sales department? With Mr. Harris out, there's no one who can really run the department, so they're thinking about shutting it down. I see. Why do you look so down about it? It's just, I learned so much there. Do you know which hospital Mr. Harris is in? Man, I'm in the admin department. I know everything about our employees. You planning to visit him? Yeah. After chatting for a while, we made plans to grab drinks sometime, and Kenneth headed out. On my next day off, I used the information Kenneth gave me to visit Mr. Harris at the hospital. It was a big hospital, and Mr. Harris had his own private room. I knocked on the door, and I heard his voice from inside. "Sam. Long time no see. I heard from Kenneth that you were in the hospital. Are you okay?" "Yeah, it's something I brought on myself. But I hear you've started your own office. How's it going?" "It's going all right, somehow managing." "Yvonne, Sean, and the others, are they doing well?" "Mr. Harris, you knew?" "Knew? I'm the one who told them to go to you." "Really? I didn't know that. I put you through a lot, all because of my mentor. I'm truly sorry." "Mr. Harris, you already apologized when I left the office." "Did I?" We talked for a while about recent events and reminisced about the old days when I first joined as a new hire. Mr. Harris was still the same respected mentor I had always looked up to. Before I knew it, the day had turned to dusk. "I'll come by again." With that, I left his hospital room. After talking with Mr. Harris, I felt even more motivated and threw myself into my work. I focused on training my juniors, developing new clients. There was always something to do. While managing the staff schedules, I used any free time to hold training sessions to help everyone improve their skills as tax accountants. I let my juniors take turns preparing the training, so they could better grasp the material. They were enthusiastic and vibrant, just like Kai had been all those years ago. Though my office was smaller than the one I had worked at before, we had built stable relationships with our clients. I assigned clients to my juniors, stepping in to assist when needed. This allowed them to learn the ropes as tax accountants while fostering trust with their clients. Some even found common ground, like when one junior discovered he had gone to the same school with a client's daughter, leading to lively conversations. Other times, a client would bring throat lozenges for a junior who had a cold. Each junior was developing strong relationships with their clients, using their unique strengths. We feel confident leaving everything in Sam's hands. I haven't seen that young one recently. Is he doing all right? Make sure Sam and his team eat these. We had a great harvest, so many vegetables. I received many warm words and gestures. With so much help from those around me, I tackled each day with determination. Before I knew it, my office had gained quite the reputation among peers in the industry. I hear Harrison Tax Office is known for its excellent training. Yeah, I heard they have great in-house training programs, and you can level up your skills quickly. This buzz even brought in people interested in interviews. Bit by bit, more people gathered, and my office grew larger. Now that we've gotten this big. What's up, Sam? Why are you grumbling? Oh, Ivons. Well, with the increase in staff and contracts, I'm worried the workload might be getting too heavy for everyone. Yeah. I think our overtime hours have gone up a bit. That's what I figured. But I've been posting jobs on the recruitment sites. Then, how about this? Ivons handed me a flyer. Looking for a change? Now's the time. Find your next opportunity at the job change fair. Wait, is this? It's for a career fair. Where did you get this? It came in a sales email recently. The flyer was attached, and I thought, with all the new contracts coming in, this might be a good way to recruit more people. I meant to mention it to you, but I kind of forgot. A career fair, huh? That's a great idea. Let's give it a try. Got it. With Yvonne's suggestion, we decided to participate in the career fair. Along with our daily tasks, we were busy preparing for the job fair. It was tough, but everyone worked hard without a single complaint. The late-night work sessions reminded us of school festivals, and I think the atmosphere made everyone a bit more excited than usual. Finally, the day of the fair arrived. As we set up our booth, I noticed Yvonne's expression darkening. Yvonne, what's wrong? Are you feeling sick? Sam, there's someone here I really don't want to see. I followed her gaze and saw Kevin. He was at the fair too. But his face was somber, and he seemed to have lost the spark he once had. Seeing him like that, I couldn't help but feel concerned. Yvonne, can you handle the booth for a bit? What? Sam, are you seriously going over there? You should just leave him alone. I can't ignore him. I was once responsible for mentoring him. All right. I'll take care of things here, but please come back soon, okay? I will. Thanks. I left the booth in Yvonne's hands and headed toward Kevin. When he saw me, Kevin looked surprised for a moment, then quickly lowered his head. Long time no see. Kevin, what do you want? I saw you from a distance and noticed you didn't seem well. At that, Kevin's shoulders started shaking and tears rolled down his face. He slowly began to speak, haltingly. After I left, he realized how much he couldn't do on his own and that he'd only managed before because I had been there to support him. I passed the tax accountant exam and felt like I could do anything. My dad praised me so much. I thought I didn't need anyone, especially after you left. I thought I could handle it all by myself. I see. But in the real world, things didn't go like I thought. I ran into situations I wasn't prepared for, and complaints came in because of my attitude. Mr. Harris didn't say anything, maybe because of my dad, but the sales department is gone now, and everyone's saying it's my fault. I see. As I listened to Kevin, I learned that he was the long-awaited child of the Carter family, cherished by everyone. Neither his parents nor his grandparents had ever scolded him, letting him do whatever he wanted. And apparently, they would praise him even for the smallest things. Because of that, Kevin has become quite prideful and developed a bit of an arrogant streak. This whole experience made me realize I don't have any real ability. I want to change that and develop my skills. But I got into the firm because of my dad's connections. This time, I want to earn a place somewhere on my own. So that's why you're here? Yeah. Kevin, if you're willing, why not come work at my office? What? Are you crazy? I'm the one who got you fired. You were someone I was tasked with mentoring. I feel like I bear some responsibility for your actions too. How about it? We're actually short-staffed at the moment. If you're up for it, please, let me join. I'm glad to hear that. Let's head back to our booth so I can explain everything to you. I took Kevin by the arm and led him to our booth. Yvonne furrowed her brows at first, but when Kevin apologized, she looked completely stunned. Clearing her throat, she began explaining our firm in detail. By then, Kevin's tears had long dried, and he clutched a pen and notepad, listening intently to Yvonne, making sure not to miss a single word. And just like that, we gained a new team member at our office. Since most of our employees already knew Kevin, they, too, initially greeted him with frowns. But, much like Yvonne, they were left speechless when he apologized to them. Kevin, how about joining me for some client visits today? Got it. Got it? Shouldn't it be yes, ma'am? Come on, Yvonne. Sam may be kind, but I'm going to be strict. I'm the senior here. So bossy. I heard that, Kevin. Sorry. All right, Yvonne, calm down. Wasn't Eric supposed to come by today? Oh. That's right. I'm heading out with Kevin for making the rounds, so take care. If anything happens, make sure to let me know. Got it. Kevin, make sure to watch Sam closely and learn from him. Yeah, I got it. Kevin slowly gained more confidence as he worked alongside his senior colleagues. And after a month, he was able to land his first contract on his own. Kevin worked hard to make sure he lived up to what he told me at the job fair. He actively participated in company training sessions, even stepping up to lead some of them. When I think back to the time he worked at his previous office, it's like he's a completely different person now. When I mentioned this to Mr. Harris, his eyes lit up with pride, almost as if he were talking about his own son. I see. He really worked hard. Didn't he? He said. I also mentioned it to Kenneth, and he seriously asked, "What kind of magic did you use?" Word spread quickly about our office's strong commitment to nurturing young talent, and before long, we became the #1 tax office in the area that new hires wanted to join. As more new employees joined, Kevin took on the role of mentor, helping train the younger staff. When Kevin first trained a junior employee, we went out for a meal together afterward. It's my first time teaching someone anything. And today, the junior I was mentoring thanked me, Kevin said. What did they say? They said, "Thank you." Hearing that, it almost made me cry. I see. That's wonderful. Teaching someone is actually a lot more fun than I thought. I learned that same joy from an older guy in the neighborhood when I was younger. That guy must have been amazing. As Kevin and I talked about different things, I remembered something Mr. Harris had once said. We actually learn a lot from you newcomers as well. Talking with Yvonne, Kevin, and the other juniors often reminded me of things I used to feel and think. Yes, I was the same way back then. Conversations with the juniors always brought me back to those early days. After some time had passed since I established Harrison Tax Office, the juniors I had mentored started training the newly hired employees. The juniors they trained supported one another while building their own relationships with clients. Sean, who had rushed to join us along with Yvonne, seemed to struggle with his sales performance, possibly because he was dedicating too much time to training his juniors. Noticing this, Yvonne and Kevin helped with Sean's mentoring duties, taking turns to support him. Thanks to their help, Sean managed to secure a new contract. Sam, I landed a contract. Isn't it because we helped you out? Can't you let me look good just this once? One of the juniors you're mentoring said my explanations were easier to understand. Should we just take over for you? What? Hey! I appreciate the help, but those are my juniors. You're trying to handle too much, Sean. You're going to burn out. Oh my, have you started worrying about others now? Sam, why are you laughing? I'm just thinking how dependable you've become. The juniors had grown even more than I had expected. There's no limit to human potential. Everyone has some kind of strength. As a mentor, it's our job to create an environment where they can discover that strength and use it to its fullest potential. Things don't always go smoothly, but rather than trying to handle everything on your own, it's okay to ask for help and move forward at your own pace. Some people try to take on everything themselves, leaving no room for escape, but that approach won't last in the long run. I value my own pace, and today, I continue to nurture new talent while helping and supporting my juniors and those around me.